What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my solo duo trio stability bunker base. So if you didn't know, I released a stability bunker solo base, which is kind of in a 2x1 style, and of course that video got over 1,000 views, which is really good for my channel. I think it was number 2 or number 3 on my channel for views and watch time wise, but that base really wasn't that good and a lot of you were critiquing me on it. So I decided to make this in response. So I'll get into the details later, but let's do a quick walkthrough. As you can see, once you come through the front airlock, there is a research table with a drop box, double airlock, jump over the foundation. This is actually the stability bunker right here. Drop down into the core. As you can see, we have the 2 unlootable loot rooms, the tier 3, your TC, and your 3 furnaces. Also, we have a repair bench and our sleeping bags over on this side of the base. If you come over here, you can see the upkeep is completely reasonable, especially for a trio. This is completely doable as a solo. Should be a complete breeze if you have 2 or 3 players on your team. But yeah, that's the kind of overview of the base. So let's get right into the build tutorial. To build this base, you want to start by placing a triangle foundation with 2 square foundations coming off one of the sides. You can upgrade all this to wood or stone depending on what you have. And this triangle foundation, you want to place that raised and upgrade that at least to stone. You see, if you upgrade it to wood, people will be able to climb under and get into your base. You can add a double door right here and cover your ceiling. Now you want to place a half wall right here, a triangle frame, soft side out that half wall, and add your TC. Upgrade that to wood or stone just in case it breaks. It might not be able to place it. It's a little bug in the game right now. As you can see right here, if this is wood, people are able to climb in and kind of jump into there. So the rest of the base can be wood, but this needs to be stone. Also, if you have a workbench, you can put it right here. Next, I'm going to build this optional loot room right here. You say it's early into wipe and you don't really have enough metal fragments to get doors or large boxes or anything like that down. You can of course put your furnaces in here and maybe some sleeping bags and small boxes. As you can see, everything's lootable without crouching. This will be important for later. You can test it by adding a window and seeing if you can reach everything. If it doesn't, all you need to do is drag those boxes and barbecue on the bottom forward. Everything on the top should be easily reachable. Now right now the base is pretty weak because there's only 1 door. People will try to go deep and it would be pretty easy. So to start expanding, we're going to add 3 triangles. 2 of them are lowered and 1 is raised. As you can see, the stability bunker is already starting to form. You can add 2 square foundations and a triangle foundation, and then surround those with walls. You can also add a half wall right here, and cover up the ceilings. Now you can start upgrading all this to stone or wood. Place a half wall right here and another half wall right here, just to make sure no one can try to pick inside into that foundation. Now you can build your jump up, but of course we still have the problem that it is only 1 door into TC. So to solve that, we're actually just going to expand and kind of finish the core of the base right now by adding 2 more triangles and adding an airlock to this. So all you need to do is add some walls and put 2 door frames right here. Also add a ceiling right there. Of course, if you want to add a second floor or maybe a shooting floor onto the base, you can leave that open or wood until you have the materials to build out. Again, we can add another shelf here for another loot room. The foundation does kind of mess up the placement, but it still does work for me. Might be tight, but it works. Also, you can add your furnaces over here if you haven't already. You can also add a wall frame right here. And add another door. Next, you want to place 2 half walls on top of each other. Break the bottom one. And rotate the top one so a hard side is kind of facing the foundations. Now kind of the beginning of the core is complete. Next I'm going to add a little area for our research table, our drop box, and adding the double airlock. It's very simple to build. Add your door, make sure it's facing inward so it does create a double airlock. And then you can grab a shop front. If you'd prefer to have a window, you could do that as well. You can add your research table. You can fit a large box underneath the research table, and I would highly recommend locking it just in case someone door camps you and kills you. As you can see, the door stops anyone from trying to go deep. Makes it very difficult. If you want to have a little bit extra security, you can add another door frame here and add a garage door. Also, at this point, I'm going to assume you have garage doors. If you don't, it's fine. Doesn't actually affect the base much. Garage doors aren't very important to the actual strength of this base. Now, that's on the base should look somewhat like this. And now we're going to add the externals. So I'm placing kind of the foundation of the future honeycomb right here and upgrading that to stone. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. What you want to do is you want to go 1, 2, 3, kind of like circles around, and then one more triangle around that, and you should be able to place your TC in there. Upgrade all this to at least stone. Sheet metal doesn't do much. And then you can add your window. Of course, if you don't have the armored window, you can use a reinforced glass window or a door. The door is weaker though, so I'd recommend if you have the window to use those instead. And since the soft sides of this foundations are exposed to the outside, anyone with a jackhammer or a little bit of persistence can come and soft side the foundations and disconnect your externals. So what I would recommend doing is adding these wall frames to stop people from doing that. Of course, right now they can still soft side that single wall, but I think it's early enough where it's not going to matter too much. It will go away completely once you add the honeycomb. Next, obviously, we have to add the second external. And add your wall frames. This will also try to deter any potential griefers, and if you'd like to, you can add more externals. It's very easy to implement them. At this point, you can upgrade to your tier 2 or tier 3 at your own pace. I'm just going to go straight to the tier 3. Now we're going to start doing some upgrades. I'm going to start by sheet metaling most of the core. These two can stay stone. Sometimes with this foundation, it can get a little bugged with the boxes in the loot room to the side of it. So I just removed that for a second. It is, as you can see, it's pretty buggy. Rust building could use a little bit of an upgrade. So the box being right there does block that from being placed, so you're going to have to pick it up. I'm also going to upgrade all this to sheet metal. Go to the back side to upgrade that. And you just want to do the whole core to sheet metal. Now that we got the kind of first layer of upgrading done, we're going to do the second layer. Going to sheet metal all that I do here. Finishing the core. Again, do this at your own pace. This stuff is kind of the less important stuff, that's why I'm doing it now. Again, that whole kind of entrance to the stability bunker is still stone. Doesn't need to be upgraded ever. The two most important things to upgrade are the foundations. Once they're armored, they're no longer the weak point of the base. Next, we're going to upgrade the TC and the open part of the core to armored. You can keep the furnace area and the two loot rooms to sheet metal. You'll see why in a minute. Also going to upgrade the foundation and the wall of TC. And also this foundation and this foundation. We're going to leave everything else sheet metal for now. And the reason that we can leave this wall sheet metal right next to TC is because the tier 3 takes about 5 rockets to blow into. And say someone has some X-blow ammo and decides to blow through that wall and then shoot out the TC with the X-blow ammo, they still won't be able to do anything or pick up the tier 3 because of the external TCs. Next, we're going to add our unlootable loot rooms, which kind of acts as an layer of honeycomb once you add sheet metal to them. So say a raider tries to blow through one of these side walls, they still now have to go through another sheet wall to get any deeper into the base. And adding that window just adds a little bit more and stops them from trying to shoot anything or anyone inside the base. You can also do the same thing on the TC. And right here. As you can see, the furnaces are kind of in a separate little area, and with that window it makes it so anyone trying to raid through the wall has to break through that window and then has to go through the 2 garage doors and another glass window to get to TC, or just blow through that sheet metal wall. Forgot to mention this earlier, but you can place your bags right here. Fit some small boxes underneath the repair bench. And I also forgot to say you can upgrade this wall to armored. That the core is complete and the main base is complete. The only thing left to do is kind of add the honeycomb and kind of solidify on the externals to make sure they're hard to pick out. Honeycomb's extremely simple, just triangles, and yeah, that's about it. Once you have those walls down, it solidifies the externals and instantly makes raiding the base quite a bit more difficult. And you can add half walls around the core to stop anyone from trying to splash damage from above. And it's important that you segment off this. Now that the honeycomb's done, the base is basically complete. Also, I forgot to say this in the recording, but you need to upgrade this half wall right here above the stability bunker to armored. It's very important to the integrity of the base. But yeah, with that done, the base is complete. You can add whatever else you want to the base. Kind of the structure of this is, say someone blows in through here and Exclam is out that window and breaks TC, that tier 3 is still blocking them and adds another 5 rockets to the raid cost, and they can't pick it up because of the externals. So that kind of cuts down on some HQM cost, not having that wall armored, and having the unlootable loot rooms also adds an extra layer of honeycomb. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I spent a lot of time on this base in particular, more than I do normally for my videos, because I really wanted to redeem myself from that 2x1. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.